Guys that are successful with their career and their profession are incredible at saying things that quietly destroy all desire in women. They do this subconsciously. They do this out of instinct. They do this out of their logical, rational thinking mind. They do this saying things, what's wrong with saying that? What's wrong with doing that? And it destroys all female desire because we don't understand female psychology. And so in this video, I'm gonna outline different scenarios, different things you say in these scenarios, and what you should actually be saying. And of course, I'm going to outline the psychology behind everything. Why in this situation, when you say this, you should actually be saying this because of this. Because if you're a successful guy and you don't have the power with women, it is one of the most infuriating situations to ever be in. You have power in every other realm of your life, but with women. And a large part is the things you are saying in these situations that are destroying desire and you are oblivious to them. Let's start with the first situation I outlined, which is the initial intrigue stage. This is the stage where you just met her in person. You just got introduced. You just matched with her online. And you want to increase the initial intrigue. What do successful guys do? They run off their logical thinking mind. They run off the premise that, well, my time is very valuable. Let's get to the point. Because that's how you run your life. You run your life militant, very strategic with your time. You don't waste time. You want to be efficient. And so the things that come out of your mouth reflect that. The problem is it doesn't work. And so you will say, you're stunning. When can I take you out? I could have gotten way worse on this one. That's a pretty generous thing you guys say. You guys see a lot more worse stuff than that. And by the way, these are just examples, but take the core principles that I'm saying. So you'll say something like, you're stunning. When can I take you out? Now, what's wrong with that statement? One, we're being too honest about how we feel. She knows you think she's attractive because you are speaking to her. Women don't need transparency. They actually hate it. They don't need to know how you feel because they already know. They know because you're talking to her. You want to go out with her. But when you say a compliment like you're stunning, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, whatever, and you show your cards blatantly and directly because you're logical, it ruins the mystery, it ruins the game. Women need to be in mystery land. When they know exactly how you feel, there's no surprise, there's no emotion, there's no mystery, and therefore there's no desire. And then you say something like, when can I take you out? And you're probably thinking, well, we met on a dating app, or we got introduced. I know she wants to go out with me. Why can't I say this? Ruins the game. Not only that, when you say, when can I take you out? You're treating her like she is the prize. You're treating her like, I'm just sitting here hoping you give me a chance. When will you allow me to take you out? It's outrageous. The whole premise of that one statement is, I'm powerless, you have the power, I'm showing my cards, there's no mystery, and you have the final say on whether we go out. And that, on a subconscious level, gets you destroyed with women. Sounds logical and great and efficient in your mind, but you will get destroyed. A better alternative of what you should do is a relevant observation / assumption or guess about them. Now, what do I mean by this? It's indirect. When we start building initial intrigue, we want them to feel like we're interested, not interesting, not direct, not asking them out. We want them to feel like we're interested, but we're not showing our cards, we're not directly asking them out, and we're building mystery. That's why when you do a relevant observation, right? If you match on a dating app, you comment on something you see very nonchalantly, or maybe with some tension and some teasing, that creates desire, not that. Situation number 2, setting up date 1. I'm free whenever you are. Wednesday, Masters 8 p.m. This is a very common statement. 1, to premise that you're very available for her. And 2, to go for it, right? To just be like, I'm gonna be the masculine man and just Wednesday, amazing place, amazing venue, this time, I'm doing all the details for her. Here's why this falls flat, and this is why it quietly kills attraction no matter how successful you are. The first part, I'm free whenever you are. This demonstrates, no matter how successful and rich and powerful you are, that your time is not worth shit. And this stems from scarcity. Because you're afraid if I put my foot down, you're afraid if I give terms and conditions, you're afraid, well, if I don't, make myself accommodating and available, then I'm not gonna get the date, and I don't have many dates. You're operating from scarcity. As a result, your behavior says, I have no other options and my time is basically worthless because they only see how you treat them, they don't see your bank account. The second piece, when you go for a date time in a really nice place, you are pandering. You are trying to do so much and basically audition with this question. Is this good enough for you? Can we go to this place? Is this good enough for you? Please. That's how they interpret it. They don't interpret it how you think they do. And oftentimes we didn't even build enough intrigue or certainty to even pull this off. And so instead, so you don't quietly destroy attraction, you say something vague like, yeah, I should be able to do something ... or something to the effect of, I'm busy, but I could do something, but I'm busy, but I'm busy, but I'm busy. You always need to be prefacing how valuable your time is in a very subtle, indirect way with women. They won't give a shit that you have a mansion. They will just see how you treat them and how you behave. Handling a pullback. A lot of successful guys, logic, rational, transparent, open, communicative, checking in, are you okay? Or something to those lines, right? Where you're trying to increase your effort to increase their effort when they do a pullback, when they start giving you less attention. Terrible. Never in your life will you ever get more effort or intrigue or interest or desire from a woman by putting in more effort yourself. Never. It is impossible. And so if you're dealing with a pullback, a lot of successful guys just revert back to their instincts. Oh, logical. Let's talk about it. Let's face it. But let's just face it and get this over with. Massive problem with that. That's all effort. And so when you reach out and you want to be communicative, you want to be transparent, that doesn't change shit. That actually makes the problem worse. What you should be doing is matching her detachment with social angles. This is why it's so important to have an Instagram, to have an ecosystem, so that you can be top of mind without touch points, literally, of texting. Now, dealing with reschedules. What do successful guys say that kill attraction? Yeah, no problem. How about tomorrow night? Scarcity. Powerless. Time's always available. You're seeing the common theme here. And so when you say things like this and you're super accommodating and they're not even the one trying to set more plans and you're just accommodating and appeasing and open and available, your value goes to zero. You're now powerless. As a result, because she perceives you as powerless, desire goes to zero. And that's why these things that, well, I'm being a gentleman, I'm being understanding and respectful. Why would she not appreciate that? Because they don't think like that. Get it out of your head. They think in terms of power or no power, value or leverage. And that says nothing we want to have happen. What we should be doing in situations of rescheduling is agreeing with her, no reaction, etc. Basically, anything but increasing effort, basically anything but trying to put in more effort to change the plans or push or whatever. No, agree with her. Tell her, I'm so glad, I was just about to text you. I also got double booked tonight. I was just about to text you. Or just no reaction. And then nurture in the ecosystem. Post-date texting. Had an incredible time with you. Let's do round 2 on Sunday or something to that effect. Let's dissect the statement. A lot of successful guys do this because they're so goddamn logical. Had an incredible time with you. Why are you vocalizing how much fun you had? Why are you vocalizing how good the date went? Why are you saying these things? You're saying them because you have the fear of approval. If you deep down knew she was obsessed with you and she liked you and you had other women and you had no shortage of women, would you ever feel the need to tell them how much you like all of them? No. It's a fear response, a fear of approval, because you're in scarcity and you're logical. And so as a result, this is what you say. But again, back to what I said earlier, you're nuking mystery. You're nuking imagination. You're destroying the game. With one sentence, you destroy the whole game. It's over. It's over. This is how finicky women are. When you destroy the mystery, then you destroy the emotion. Then you destroy it all. And then, what else do successful guys do? They go, let's do round 2, where they allude to future pacing plans immediately. Destroying everything. She knows you're obsessed. It's too much. It's too soon. None of your success matters if you destroy the game, you show your cards, and you come on them fast. Nothing. You're now disposable. You're now a fan. You're now a simp. They forget all of your accomplishments and your possessions because how you handled post-date was too much, too soon, too transparent. What should you be doing? You should have her text you first after the date, always, and you should mention something about the date. Very simple. Rapport-based, but you definitely do not want to vocalize how much fun you had or future-paced dates. It's way too much, it's way too soon, you're killing the emotion. Let's talk about on dates. What do successful guys say on dates? A lot, right? That doesn't go well. But this is an example. I started studying biomed, ... And then you get into this whole autobiography about your accomplishments because you're under this logical assumption, well, I'm sure she wants to get to know me, and if I say these things about my life, it'll impress her and she'll like me more. Wrong. Women don't have the capacity to even handle what information is. Logical information to women, it's like, and obviously, I'm not talking about you talking or going out with a woman that's like 45 and accomplished, okay? I give advice for a lot of like basically sub 30 women, okay? You want to go over the 50-year-old? Yeah, she might want to hear about empowerment, okay? Right? But successful guys don't want to settle. And they want younger women and more attractive women, and they can't process information. And so when you're going on this rambling tangent because you logically think, well, I'm going to impress her to increase desire, it nukes it. It nukes it because they don't understand the fuck you're saying. If a really hot girl is in front of you, she's blabbering in Mandarin or fucking, Korean, okay? You'd be like, look, you're attractive. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. It's the same thing with women when you talk about your work and your career. Another language, Mandarin, ni hao. They don't know what the fuck's going on, okay? And so we have to change the way we're communicating on dates because this will kill all desire and all attraction. And it's a logical assumption that is completely wrong. So what do? You give a very short answer and you throw it back to her because we get her in the best state possible when she's talking about things she enjoys, right? So you could say something like, yeah, I do a lot of things. Tell me more about that. Tell me more about your trip or what you do or whatever. And just throw it back right on her. She asks for more, tell her a little more. But the worst thing you could do is think that telling her about your career and your life and your business is going to increase desire because they don't even know what the fuck it is. Right? Remember, ni hao. Wanting to retain or move the relationship forward, one of the worst things successful guys do is they handle it logical and rationally like it's a straight line. Where do you think things are going? Right? Where do you think this is going? Anything of the kind. Game is over. Fun is over. They don't want to be included in these discussions. You should have this discussion by yourself like a philosopher in the woods, okay? They don't want to just talk about the relationship because that ruins the magneticness of it. How magnetic it is. It ruins it. The most magnetic things for women are things that are not discussed and things they can just imagine about and think about, let their mind run about. When things become concrete because you bring them into discussion like a relationship, it becomes stale and boring and terrible. And they hate it. You don't say these things. You don't bring these things up. What you should do is you should be very vague, have them not know where you stand, and very simply say like things are good and you restrain your behavior. You need discipline. I know you like her. I know you're logical. I know you don't want to date anymore. It doesn't mean you could show your cards, ask her where things are going. Why don't you know, bro? That's what she's thinking. You're a man. Why do you not know where things are going? Why do you have to ask me? And it's best if you don't say anything at all. Let them bring it up, smoke screen it, let them allude to things. But when you're under straight line logical assumptions in any of these scenarios, especially when you want to move things forward, it destroys the game. And if you're a successful guy that is tired of struggling and being powerless with women in modern dating, click the links below. I also have one spot left in my LA mastermind where I get all new dating app images of you. We hit the field, we do real-time feedback. We're gonna have an exclusive group chat, 90-day audit, and we're all living in a $6 million mansion for the weekend. Check that out below. I'll see you in the next video.